In today's show, Warren Buffett to get out of the US dollar and turn to Bitcoin, according to Max Keiser. That's right, Warren Buffett has changed his mind before about gold, coming late to the party. So Max Keiser has predicted that the Berkshire Hathaway CEO will panic buy Bitcoin at 50 G's, baby. In my best Conor McGregor voice,
Dana, 60 G's, baby!
That's right. Max Keiser also recently tweeted Buffett's move into Japan along with gold investments confirms he's getting out of US dollar. US dollar is trending lower today, about to break key support. Bitcoin, gold, silver will make new all-time highs in the near term. We'll be discussing this in today's show. Also in today's episode, the Bitcoin price is targeting $288,000, right on track with the stock to flow price model, according to Plan B, who recently tweeted showing the closes of each month. And guess what? We've been closing higher and higher. August closing higher than July, and we opened up September right on track with the stock to flow. He also tweeted this morning, reminder, we're still early, only 4 months after the Bitcoin 2020 halving, and we're nicely between the 2012 and 2016 pass. Patience is a virtue. We'll be discussing this right here in today's show. Also in today's episode, a $14,000 Bitcoin price looks inevitable here in the short term as per this fractal. That's right, a string of Bitcoin technical indicators are suggesting a significant price move towards 14,000. One of those indicators is called a rising wedge. We'll be dissecting it right here in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. Bitcoin retested 12,000 just last night, and unfortunately we just had another correction. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, smash the link right below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Warren Buffett to get out of the US dollar and turn to the king of all crypto, according to Max Keiser. Warren Buffett has changed his mind about gold as an investment, prompting some people to think he might do the same with Bitcoin. Max Keiser has predicted on the record that the Berkshire Hathaway CEO will panic buy Bitcoin at 50 G's, baby. I repeat, the Berkshire Hathaway CEO, Warren Buffett, will panic buy Bitcoin at $50,000. It seems that the US dollar is really losing its power. Now that's an understatement to say the least, especially with all this quantitative easing and trillions being printed with all this central banking shenanigans going on right now. Now, as a matter of fact, if it's to believe that crypto enthusiast and analyst Max Keiser, shout out to Max and Stacy Herbert of the Keiser Report, they believe that the US dollar is getting so weak that even Warren Buffett is getting out and that Bitcoin will see all-time highs. If you missed the memo, Warren Buffett recently dumped all his bank stocks and got into gold, but guess what? He's a little late to the party. So what Max Keiser is saying, he'll probably be late to the Bitcoin party as well. In his latest prediction for macro, Keiser cautioned that safe havens would seriously outperform fiat. He also implied that Warren Buffett well knew that this was coming. That's right. I mean, you're talking about one of the most wealthiest individuals on the earth. Don't you think they have insider info? So this is a sign of the times. Warren Buffett dumping banks means the dollar is doomed. Here's what Max Keiser wrote on the subject. Buffett's move into Japan, along with gold investment, confirms he's getting out of USD. USD is trending lower today, about to break key support. Bitcoin, gold, silver will all make new all-time highs in the near term. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Max Keiser in the comments right down below. Now, obviously, he's thinking about Buffett's earlier announcement that he'll be moving into Japan's assets, taking a 5% stake in the country's 5 biggest trading houses, a move totaling $6 billion. But let's not forget, Berkshire Hathaway said late Sunday on Buffett's 90th birthday, that's right, he's 90 years old, it owned just over 5% of each of the Itochu Corp and said it could increase its stakes to 9.9%. Now, Berkshire's investors welcome Warren Buffett's wager. At the time, the U.S. stock valuations are at their highest since the late 1990s tech bubble, lifted by behemoths such as Apple on the NASDAQ, of course, and Amazon, which are just juggernauts to say the least, both of which Berkshire invest in. But also note, he was late to the party. Now, Bill Smead, the chief investment officer of Smead Capital Management, which invests nearly 3% of its assets into Berkshire, commented on the subject. The inflation cocktail is being mixed, and Buffett is migrating his investment to where you can create value through inflation. There are companies that will make more money if the price of oil or any input goes up. Now, Bitcoin to reach a record again as a result of all this money printing. Let's discuss it. Keiser said that the 5 major trading companies may have many joint ventures throughout the world and are likely to have more. I hope that in the future there will be many opportunities of mutual benefit. The announcement came days after the Fed announced that it would let inflation rise above its 2% target as a temporary measure, and that it weighed heavily on the dollar. After volatility, the US dollar currency index began falling to new lows on Monday, bouncing off its lowest levels in 2 years. But just as a reminder, back in July when those levels first started to show, Bitcoin saw a price rocketing to $12,500. That's right. Expectations now are that a further, even more fall in the DXY will produce similar effects, which means bullish for Bitcoin. Now, will Warren Buffett really turn to Bitcoin, the crypto asset he once referred to as rat poison squared? Well, Buffett, however, is famous for his so-called macro moves, even though he stays as a local Bitcoin skeptic. Last week, the so-called Buffett indicator cautioned about a stock market crash, even as large cap stocks went on rising. Now, before that, we had Anthony Pompliano, shout out to Pomp, co-founder of Morgan Creek Digital, publicly bet that Buffett would eventually decide to buy a Bitcoin after he revealed his move into gold. At the time, Keiser claimed that the gold frenzy alone could boost investors, helping push Bitcoin to 50 G's, baby. If you can't wait to see a $50,000 Bitcoin price, let me know in the comments right down below. And also consider all we need to do is 5x from here, which is not so unheard of considering Bitcoin has gone parabolic over 11 million% in 11 years. All we need to do is 5x. For Christ's sake, we're seeing coins 10, 20x within 30 days. So once Bitcoin 5x's, we're going to be talking about a $55,000 plus Bitcoin price. I feel it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. Now, in February this year, Warren Buffett dismissed Bitcoin and other cryptos as worthless by saying the following: cryptocurrencies basically have no value, unlike the US dollar. Come on, man. They don't produce anything. You don't do anything with it except sell it to somebody else. But then that person's got the problem. So clearly, he doesn't understand Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. He goes on to say, I don't own any crypto, he said. I never will, and added that none of Berkshire's businesses uses Bitcoin and highlighted its frequent usage for illicit purposes. Bitcoin has been used to move around a fair amount of money illegally, unlike the US dollar, which has never been used illegally, especially not to launder money. Psych. Buffett said going on joking on Bitcoin's economic contribution to society might be reducing demand for suitcases. So there you have it. That's the case for the $50,000 Bitcoin price, according to Max Keiser. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And before we break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin is targeting $288,000 stock to flow price like clockwork, according to Plan B. First, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin currently just above 11,400 support. We tested 12,000. We rose above it very temporarily before we witnessed another correction. Now, in my opinion, this is healthy. Also consider Bitcoin and most of these cryptos, including Ethereum and Chainlink, are up tremendously year to date. So a healthy correction is necessary so we can continue marching forward. We have Ethereum down 6%, trading at $441. I still feel Ethereum is strongly marching towards $500, only a matter of time. I mean, Ethereum has been surging like crazy. About a month ago, it was trading at like $200. You know what I mean? We have Chainlink down 6%, trading at $15. BNB is up 3.6%, trading at $23.98, one of the few altcoins actually in the green. And Tron is surging like a mofo, up 13%, trading at 3.4 cents. And now taking a look at some of the top exchange volume, we can see Binance up 33% with 13.7 billion in volume. And as you can see, most all the major exchanges are actually in the green today. Hobby Global up 30% with 4 billion in volume. OKEX up 25% with 3.8 billion. BitMEX up 30% with 3.4 billion. And HIT BTC up 40% with 1.5 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. All right, now let's break down the infamous stock to flow model. I'll be giving you the latest updates. Bitcoin is heading to $288,000 and higher like clockwork as fiat currency woes mount and the European inflation goes negative. In a tweet on September 1st, Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow model, shout out to Plan B, he said that Bitcoin had performed exactly as expected in August. Taking a look at his tweet right here. In June, we closed at 9,130. 11,332. The following month, July, 11,356. And the following month of August, 11,655. And we started out September at 11,880, right on track with the stock to flow. Bitcoin has now put in its fourth so-called red dot on the stock to flow chart since May. According to performance after the previous two halvings, that leaves just months before a major price surge ensues. According to the stock to flow X, the current halving cycle, which like the others last 4 years, should produce a Bitcoin price focal point of $288,000 per Bitcoin. Now the top, Plan B previously explained, could be more than double that. So we're talking about over $500,000 Bitcoin. Stock to flow also goes on to predict that next year, by August 16th, 2021, that Bitcoin will cross 6 digits for the very first time. So if you weren't aware, now you know. Now Bitcoin attempted to break that 12K critical resistance once more on Tuesday, but held back at 11,950 prior to the start of the market's trading on Wall Street. And taking a look at Plan B's most recent tweet he shared this morning. Reminder, we're still early, only 4 months after the Bitcoin 2020 halving, nicely between 2012 and 2016 paths. Patience is a virtue. And as you can see in this graph, it shows Bitcoin after the halvings. The red line is 2020, just getting started. And then we have the purple line, which shows us 2012, and then the blue line, which is 2016. So we're starting out this year, this halving cycle, right in between, which is a great indicator from the stock to flow. And we also have the Winklevoss twins, who just recently made the case for a $500,000 Bitcoin. And Tyler Winklevoss just tweeted the other day, the US dollar is becoming a ish coin faster than ever imagined. Bitcoin is the key to salvation. Let me know if you agree with Tyler Winklevoss in the comments right down below. Bitcoin's strength comes amid fresh bad news from central banks. This time it was Europe in focus, as the European central banks, better known as the ECB, revealed that inflation in the Eurozone had fallen into negative territory for the first time since 2016. This, as market commentator Holger noted, comes despite a huge liquidity drive from the ECB. The net result of more money has thus been deflation. Taking a look at his tweet, ouch, looks as if the ECB has failed to spur inflation with money printing. Inflation falls into negative territory in August for the first time since 2016, despite the balance sheets, which has more than doubled since 2016. And in the United States, the dust continues to settle from last week's announcement by the Fed regarding inflation that it would be allowed to rise above 2% temporarily. That's right, both Bitcoin and gold proponents were pleased with the policy's impact on the price, but appealed to others to abandon their exposure to the US dollar. All I know is this: the more the money printer go, the more valuable Bitcoin, gold, and silver and other safe haven assets that hedge against the dollar will become. It's just basic common sense, my friend. Let me know what you think regarding this $288,000 Bitcoin price prediction from the infamous Plan B of the stock to flow model. Do you feel we are on track, and do you feel it will likely happen? And if so, by which year do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to smash 288,000? Let me know in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, a 14K Bitcoin looks inevitable as per this fractal. First, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 369 billion with 138 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And current Bitcoin dominance is back on the climb, 57.1%. Also consider, if we exclude stablecoins and ICOs, the realized market cap, the true Bitcoin dominance, is closer to 80%. And now taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have DFI money surging like a mofo, now trading above $7,400, up 29% for the day. That is YFII. If you've been following YFI, it flipped on the Bitcoin price just recently, surpassing over $39,000, and some analysts are predicting a $100,000 valuation here this year with that particular altcoin. Kusama up 19%, trading at $50. Tron has been surging, up 14%, trading at 3.4 cents. Cybervein up 5%, trading at 12 cents. Binance Coin up 3%, trading at $24. Golem up 2%, trading at 13 cents. Below that, we have Just up 2%, and Ban Protocol, the chainlink competitor, up 1%. And now taking a look at the biggest losers within the top 100. Sushi Swap down 38%, trading at $6.67. Ample Fourth down 36%, trading at $1.49. BZX Protocol down 22%, trading just under $1. UMA down 21%, trading at $18.55. Aragon down 18%, trading at $6.46. And the infamous Yearn Finance, YFI, down 17%, now trading at $27,000. Now, out of this list of bullish and bearish altcoins, which alts in particular are you personally most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are obviously dominating right now with 208 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 54% versus 46% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the crypto greed and fear index. Shows we're currently rated an 83 in extreme greed. Yesterday was a 75 in greed, last week a 76 in extreme greed, and last month a 75 in greed. And if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction like we're witnessing right now. In my opinion, a healthy correction. All right, and before I break down our final story of the day and I share with you this fractal which suggests a $14,000 Bitcoin price is inevitable here in the near term, first I want to encourage you to smash that show more button right below the video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 500 plus videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every single day, it also allows you to download the latest episode of the show in MP3 format. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video in the description to support the show. Without your help, this information will fall on deaf ears. You can also visit the direct link, cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, I want to say I appreciate your continued support with the podcast. We just crossed over 100,000 podcast downloads. You can find us on Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, as well as Stitcher Radio. Also, feel free to follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 strong from all over the world. To become a part of it, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? A string of Bitcoin technical indicators are suggesting a significant price move towards 15K. One of them is a rising wedge, a bearish pattern identified by a contracting upward trading range. Bitcoin is growing higher inside a similar wedge since March 2020, bouncing between its trend lines as it anticipates a breakout reversal. The pattern is only midway, for a breakout typically appears when the trend line's coverage at an apex. That leaves Bitcoin with plenty of room to continue its upside rally, which $14,000 posing as a primary upside target. It is also because of the level's positioning near the wedge's apex, as we can see right here in this graph brought to you by TradingView. Now check this out. Part of the reason why Bitcoin could test 14K is also because of the level's historical context. Last year, Bitcoin exchanged top just a few dollars below 14,000 following a 342% rally. And Bitcoin is rallying similarly ever since it plunged earlier this year as a result of the pandemic back in March to 3,858. Now the crypto is now trading more than 200% above that said level, led by fears of higher inflation, near zero interest rates, and the Federal Reserve's open-end quantitative easing program. Now these fundamentals also support Bitcoin's technical structure that sees its price near 14K. If you feel Bitcoin is likely to cross 14,000 here in the short term, drop me a comment right down below. A weakening US dollar, for instance, has shown an inverse correlation with the cryptocurrency. But before Bitcoin heads to 14K, the crypto risks taking some detours to the downside. It's because the crypto is standing atop a support level near 11,000. A higher selling pressure in the 11.7 to 12.5 band has led the price lower towards the said floor. Meanwhile, a reasonable accumulation behavior near has sent Bitcoin back upwards to retest that $11,750 to $12,500 range. I feel we need to break above that 12.5 resistance, flip it into support, and once we do, we'll climb right on up to 14,000. I even think we'll blow past that, which was last year's high, and range somewhere between $15,000 to $17,000 here in the short to near term. Now, this is a classic consolidation pattern, similar to the one that Bitcoin logged between April 2020 and July 2020. The period saw Bitcoin trending sideways above the support at 8,700. At the same time, the pair was targeting a breakout above 10,000 to the $10,500 band. It eventually did, and Bitcoin later rose to a year-to-date high near 12,500, with the pair now repeating repeating the same fractal, the 14,000 looks like the new 12,500. But what are the risks? A premature breakdown reversal from the rising wedge pattern risks taking Bitcoin down below 11,000. That could happen due to a plentiful of reasons, but most significant one is the rising US dollar. Also consider there is currently an open CME's futures gap at about that $9,700 price point. So if we break below 10,500 critical support, then we're more likely to fill that gap. If you ask me, the greenback today showed signs of reversal on optimistic US manufacturing data. It means that investors anticipated the US economy to recover faster than expected from the COVID-19 pandemic-induced slump that reduced the appetite for safe haven assets like Bitcoin on an intraday basis. But analysts say that the US dollar will take more time to recover after falling to its 2-year low this Tuesday. Kit Jukes, head of the Forex strategy at Societe Generale, told Financial Times the Fed's aggressive monetary policy response has eroded the dollar's yield advantage built up over a multi-year cycle of rate hikes. This advantage is unlikely to be restored anytime soon. So there you have it. I just broke down this $14,000 short-term bullish price prediction for the Bitcoin price. I gave you the potential downside. If we break below 10.5, then we're likely to close that CME's futures gap, sitting at about that $9,600 to $9,700 range. But overall, things are looking bullish. As I shared earlier in the show, Max Keiser is predicting a $50,000 Bitcoin price, and we have the stock to flow showing us we're right on track for a $288,000 Bitcoin. So let me know where you think the Bitcoin price is likely to close this month of September. Do you feel we'll continue climbing on track with the stock to flow? Drop me a comment and holla at your boy. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, smash the link right below this video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.